Hello everybody, this is Adam from Wheel Guns for Wheelmen, and today we're out here with my 3 EDC options that I have been using for the past at least year. One of them I've had for about 7.5 years now and carried weekly. So I'm gonna just shoot all 3 of them and talk about them a little bit, and we'll go from there. So the first one is the one that's 7.5 years or so in my ownership, and we're just gonna start with that. Okay, let's take a look what we did with this Ruger LCP2. Okay, got 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole, and the 6th one is down there. Okay, as you see or saw, I had to rack this because it wasn't in a holster. It lacks a manual safety, so I just carry it without a round in the chamber. This is normally what I do when I'm like going to the, out to the, community mailbox at the end of the, circle I live at. Something like that. Just throw it in the jacket pocket. Half the time I just have my hand on it while I'm walking. But I just don't carry with a round chambered because half the time it's not in a holster. It's just for quick jaunts. Now, let's go to my my summer EDC gun. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit to the left on those shots, but I'm not really going for too much accuracy, just trying to hit my target at close range. I'm only like 4 or 5 yards from this box max, and just wanted to kind of show how easy it is to just pull it out and start blasting, right? So let's see. And finally, we're going to go with the winter EDC option. Now this is the one that requires that I have a belt on, so I can't use it gym shorts or something. And also need some way to conceal it, like a jacket, because it will print right here with the base plate of the mag, and that's my CZ75 PCR. And for this one, managed to put one just a little bit to the left, but the other ones were 1, 2, 3. Well, they were all on paper, so that's what matters. And so this gun has more than 6 rounds in it. I just did 6 to keep it consistent. But let's walk back to the table over here, and then we'll come back up at the end and shoot the plate rack. So maybe not into the sun. And so we have the CZ75. This is a decocker only. I've done other videos on it. So you just rack around, decock it, I carry this with a round chambered. Like I said, normally in the winter time. I carry the revolver obviously with a round chambered or a round under the hammer. I don't, skip one because it's a modern revolver and has internal hammer block safety. It's a Smith & Wesson 632 Ultimate Carry. And so what you just saw was the carry ammo that I actually use cycling in these things. So for the Ruger, I use Hornady Critical Defense, and for the J-frame here, I also use Hornady Critical Defense 32 H&R Magnum, in case you were wondering what this was. It's a H&R Magnum, not a 38 Special. However, what you just saw me shoot was actually this Remington HTP, which I've also been carrying. Having used a lot of this ammo on different meat targets and other sorts of ballistic tests, and I'd say the Hornady Critical Defense is my favorite round. It's a good do-it-all round. However, the best, I would say, for penetration, still with good expansion and just with violent wound cavitation, you got this Federal Punchline, also Federal HST. Those two I would recommend over the Hornady Critical Defense, actually, if it was just a naked human being. However, the Critical Defense does seem to, with the little rubbery eraser tips and the hollow points, do seem to expand slightly better. So it really depends on your target, I guess. But Federal Punch or HST or Hornady Critical Defense are what I would recommend, and so that's what I normally carry. Indeed, for the CZ, that's where I'm using the Federal Punch 124 grains. So that's my carry ammo of choice. These are my 3 carry guns. Now I'm going to load it back up and we'll head back and we'll do the plate rack real fast just for fun. Unfortunately, I only have 5 rounds of SIG V Crown for the LCP, so we're not going to be able to actually clear the plate rack even if I were to hit everything, but that's fine. Yeah, I've carried this low Ruger LCP and put about 1,800 rounds through it over the past 7.5 years or so. This thing's been pretty reliable. It's prone to limp wristing. You gotta have a really firm grip. And also, I should note that I do carry normally just in my pocket right here, not in a zipper pocket, but just in a normal pocket. I carry my spare speed strip with 6 more rounds in case I ever had to just top off. Just carry it in a back pocket sometimes. Normally I do my right because, if you're a righty, you should be controlling the cylinder with your left as you're reloading. So you just pull it out. So these are the Hornady. You just top it off as such, 2 at a time, and then back in business. Okay. Just so we get a little bit more data, I'm gonna bring the timer with me. It's the Pocket Pro 2, I want to say, but competition electronics. So, all loaded back up. Let's go down here to the plate rack. This should be about 10 yards. So always want to maintain a safe distance when shooting at steel. Stand right here probably. And we'll just start as if we were actually walking down the street, hand on the gun, see what we can do. Okay, not very good with the LCP2 at 10 yards, but I don't know where those bullets were going, maybe a little high. These sights are pretty bad. So, that was 7.96 to hit one plate. Alright, treat that as a warm-up, so let's see if we can do better this time. Use the revolver. That was 8.17, and we managed to get through 4 of the 6 plates. And everything you see me do today, like this is early in the morning, it's like 8:30, and these are literally the first shots. Every shot I've taken today has been on camera, and it's been probably a month or so since I've been out. So this is not someone who's been out here practicing before turning the camera on to make cool content. This is to give you what you can expect if you're just a little rusty and it's first thing in the morning and there's glare hitting everything on these plate racks. So, you know, 4 out of 6 on a 6-shot revolver, 10 yards, second cylinder of the day. Fine by me. I need more practice, but I don't hate it. I'm a little bit surprised on the LCP2. I think I don't shoot it at the plate rack enough to know exactly where I should hold those sights. Now, last thing, CZ. Theoretically, this should be the best because it's the largest firearm, best sight radius, least amount of recoil. Well, actually, the 32 H&R Magnums really aren't bad at all. They feel like a 380 or a 9. So let's see what we can do here. It's been 8 seconds for the last 2 guns, more or less. 8.51 seconds. Also about the same, however I cleared 5 plates as I would expect with this firearm. I really like this gun. This gun's never had any malfunctions. Neither has the Smith & Wesson, only the LCP2, and it's always been the same. It's just stovepiping from limp wrist, so you just dump it out, tap rack, and you're good to go. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me as I shot all these, carry guns, and hopefully you can use some of what you saw today to decide for yourself kind of how you want to carry. I don't like safeties. That's why I like carrying the J-frame. It's always, always hot. Same with this, you can reholster. Normally I just take the holster off to reholster, but if you ever did need to reholster, just in the field, I guess, all you have to do is decock it, and then you can hold the hammer down, so if you get snagged on a shirt, let's say, like this, as you reholster, it's not going to go off and, blow your nuts off, because you're holding the hammer firmly down like you would know if it was trying to be cocked back by something snagging the trigger. So, you don't need a safety on this. Also, the first trigger pull is pretty heavy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please likes get me views, or likes, likes do get me views. They give the algorithm a reason to push it forward. So please also subscribe. Thank you.